Hello everyone, welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Welly. Welly is from Brazil, but he lives in Chicago, in the USA. So let's see what Welly has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello Welly, how are you?
I am good. I'm good, good, good. I'm excited to do this with you today.
Thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time today for the interview. I really appreciate it. So tell me, how's your day been so far, Welly?
So far so good. I'm just really, really busy lately. Just normal life, but work, school, my boyfriend, my cat, social media, so many things that I have like put my fingers a little bit every day. So I'm busy with something, but I love it because it keeps me creative and keeps me going. So it's the kind of thing that for me, like I thrive under pressure, but it's a good thing.
I think being on the go, always being busy, it's good for ourselves. You know what I mean? Keep our mind busy, keep ourselves out of troubles. You know what I mean? It's always good
Yeah.
to be busy. Welly, so tell me, where are you from?
So I'm originally actually from Brazil, from a small town called Maceió. I state is Alagoas. It's this the smallest state in Brazil. I have not met anyone from that specific place here. I now live in Chicago, Illinois, in the United States.
Mhm.
I've been here so 10 years in the US, been moving around. I always ended up here. Chicago for me is the most beautiful and best place of the whole world. So I started in Brazil. I was there until I was 23, and then I moved here and I got settled in Chicago, the best city ever.
Wow. And why the change from Brazil to Chicago?
That's a question that I'm still trying to find the answer to it because my 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 like way my right to get from Brazil all the way here was really unexpected. I was this was a kid. I learned English really early, so being fluent so young just kind of opened the opportunities for access to anything related to the language or music was a really huge thing for me. Pop music, American music, Britney Spears changed my life because it's probably one of the first albums that I got like that I started listening, and from that, everything that was related to foreigner or wanted to be part of English culture, whether working or having fun, it was just was a natural process. And I moved from my hometown to São Paulo, which is kind of New York. It's like a big city in Brazil. Worked there for a few years, and after 5 years, almost 5 years in São Paulo, I had the opportunity to move here for work and kind of go to school. And I ended up that it was just meant to be. The first moment that I stepped in here, I just felt like home, and was the right time, was meant to be. And as soon as I have that feeling build up, rooted, I said, what, this is the time. This is my time. And I was truly believe in the American dream. So if you're committed, you work hard, you're honest, you take the right steps to get where you need to be. I think this is a place for a lot of immigrants um, to tell their stories, live their lives, and build their dreams.
Absolutely. I think when you are in a place where you find yourself, when you feel safe, when you feel secure, when you feel happy, that's the main key. You know what I mean? And the opportunity will come, everything is going to get together, and that's how things are. Sorry. Welly, tell me, what do you do for a living?
So I am actually a brand manager for a sex star company. I do run the marketing and branding for everything related to the product. So basically just creating awareness to how products works and how it's promoted to each specific type of customer. It's such a fun uh, thing to talk about. I'm also a sex positive ambassador, so I love being able to talk to people about their more like intimate desires or the things that runs into their personal times and help them to figure out or what can they make it, what can they do to make it better, right? So working with a sex toy company with a sexual wellness products kind of walk side by side with my own personal message. So I use my brand and my work to deliver the solutions and you give to people like things to do for them to use in the personal time or with their partners, more than one partner, just one, just doesn't matter. I think it's for me, it's mostly making people feel good. So I think everything that I do behind the scenes for this goes with promoting this message and talking about it and say, and some people have a really hard time talking about sex, just
Mhm.
normally. But for me, it just comes naturally because I've been in the industry for so long that me having this ability to help make people figure out what I do behind the scenes, it's what I love doing. So this is the answer.
Amazing, amazing. That's why I can see some toys in your back there. I can
Yes,
see.
yes. So I that's my everyday. I'm always like creating content based on awesome products from Perfect Fit brand, and we have so many different things in
Mhm.
our range of products that for me to get to one of these products, I have to have them with me all the time because I'm always meeting something new, someone new, and when I have to do a business meeting or a partnership, it's just right handy. I'm having here teaching and showing, so it's my office.
Amazing, amazing. Welly, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. This is my best friend. Of random fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to move a little bit before the first question. Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Okay, Welly, so before we start the game, through the journey, if comes up a question that you don't want to talk about for some reason, you don't want to answer, always can change, okay? It's all very friendly. First question for you is, what makes you very sentimental?
Just being able to talk about emotions. I think just talking about anything that you feel. I love to hear people's personal experiences, and because of it makes me want to be makes me want to get to know someone better. If I can hear their experiences, so find it relatable. I think that's connection with anyone in any level. It's very emotional for me because it's who I am as a person already. I am an emotional human being, but also that helps me to you connecting with people always makes me emotional because this is the first step to get to know someone is just listening to them, being honest and delivering who they really are.
Absolutely. And sometimes when you approach people already in a mindset, when they are sad for some reason, somehow you get connected as well. You know what I mean? And you get the same feeling as well. It's a kind of a natural thing. Next question. Let's do it, Welly. Next question for you is, what did you think was the most challenging part of being a kid?
Uh, the most challenging part of being a kid was, I think, having. It's always hard when you have a single parent that doesn't really know what to do in their journey. I think having two parents for two kids is always difficult, but I have my mom was the most tremendous. She is the most amazing, tremendous person. Very beautiful heart, pure heart, very humble. And I think for me, for her to have been such a present person, being a mom, a single mom, was really hard for her to do it. And as a kid, me watching her struggle was really kind of like the difficult part because you want to be there for that person, but you have no idea how to do it. So just growing up in general in this little hometown where I am from with the limitations that I had was the navigation of growing up in the circumstances was the hardest part of being a kid. But overall, I think that my childhood had the hardest parts, but also had the really good part.
And how was growing up a gay boy in your hometown, Maceió? How was it?
Well, it's my hometown. It's considered one of the most difficult place to live for gay people because it's still full of prejudice. It's really uh, driven by religion. And a lot of people are very Christian, and so their principles regarding what being gay or lesbians should be is really still that opposite, old school kind of mentality. And I had to learn how to navigate to it, but I was raised into church. So I was in that environment my entire life. Even though I always knew that I was gay inside me, deep inside me, I think that the church kind of kept me safe growing up until I came out. Because it took me 18 years until the legal age in Brazil, when I turned 18, that I could finally take a deep breath and say, you know what? This is who I am. This is who I like, and I need to be there. So from that process, from that moment and on, things were a little bit more difficult, but I was an adult already. So it was making my own decisions by then. Right? So it's the being a kid part, being a gay kid growing up was difficult, but I was in church, I was protected by it. And the reasons I think things did not escalate like normal kids, like regular gay kids go through during growing up process is because I never came out during that growing up process, right? I waited until I had the ability to do it, to be able to, bam, rainbows.
Yes, I think back in Brazil, I'm from the north of Brazil, and I understand your point. I think it's the religion is so powerful, you know what I mean, that people, they believe a lot. And sometimes, as you said, very interesting, you said, until you are a little boy, that you are not out yet, you're protected, in their eyes, you're a normal boy. As soon as you being your true self, that's when things change. I totally understand that. Next question, Welly, let's do it. Right, before the next one, tell me, as I can see, we are into gym, fitness. So tell me your journey, how everything started. You always been into the fitness industry?
Well, not really. I always had a sense I was never a kid in school that loved doing sports. I was very artsy. I like arts education classes. I love drawing. I love doing handcrafted stuff. But I was always obligated to do one sport in school, so I had to do athleticism and just physical education classes. I was never good about playing a sports team. I just never. But when I moved here, I was already going to the gym in Brazil and kind of trying to find my fitness journey back then. But as soon as I moved here, I started. I had access to fitness programs and ways where I could improve myself, right, and adapt my schedule. It's so mainstream here. It's easy for you to kind of find your own niche. And from that point, it was not overnight. It took like a few years for me to find that right fit of working out well, finding my own routine, finding my own. I think eating is really important in this process. So you need to be very uh, driven and committed with just the nutritional part of your fitness journey. So I can tell you that maybe when I was 28, maybe my 30, I started finding the right direction on my fitness journey. And I started working out, find my routine. I started cooking myself and creating my own meals, my process. And I'm still doing that today. It's not easy because it also, as you grow up and you become more an adult, your body starts changing too. So you also have to think about that because there's all these hormonal changes as you get older, and you have to actually look for those specific aspects too. So I am very in touch with my inner self and my uh, outside self. Let's put it this way. You got it. And combining this two, I feel that my wellness is really like Welly wellness is my biggest one of my top three focus is in life. So I try to stay healthy and physically in the right way. I never wanted to be this huge person. I don't look for this huge appearance or huge physique. I really want to stay healthy as my body's telling me to do. One thing I always tell people is listen to your body.
Mm-hmm.
There's so it's like little things that people don't take in consideration, but it's personal. It's from person to person. But when in this fitness journey, that's something that I actually made part of, made the priority is like listen to my body, see what's going on, so I can fix it without harming myself or pushing the boundaries and just hurt myself in any way. So my fitness journey goes all with, this focus on the little pieces that goes together in the end.
Amazing. Perfect. Next question is, tell us a funny story or a moment that happened to you when you were a child at school.
Oh my God. Well,
did you like school?
I did like school. I think that one of the reasons that school was not really like a bullying environment for me, because believe it or not, the English language kind of like helped me to navigate you, because I was fluent so early. It was easy for me to get good grades in English classes, right? So I always had like A plus and always the good stuff. And people were very driven to be around me to actually learn English too, and just that became my strong point on having friends and having like connecting people that would like me for who I am. Back in the day, I was not out yet. I didn't really know exactly what's going on in my mind, but I knew that I wanted friends. And I recently had the opportunity to go back to Brazil in June after 10 years. And I met again my best friends from high school, which is my best friends from kindergarten to high school because we grew up together. So I think generally speaking, in school, just like these friendships that I built, I think that there are so many funny stories integrated in this whole life that I had in school. Uh, I think one of the funny things I had, oh my God, I remember that having a physical education class, and my teacher was really like this nun. She was this tough sister. I went to a Catholic school too, obviously. So I was playing in the park outside, and I fell and I pretended that I passed out. And everyone came around me at that moment. They made a circle, and my teacher was freaking out. And all of a sudden, I opened my eye. I don't even know why I did that. I was like, "That's a mean kid." And my teacher was like, "What are you doing? You just almost gave me a heart attack." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." But she told that story to my mom, to everyone else even after I graduated high school, she was still telling it. And it's probably highlights. But, even being Catholic school, I had great moments then.
Amazing. Ready for another one?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, Welly, next question for you is, talking about best friends, if I would ask your best friend right now to define yourself in one positive word and one negative word, what your best friend would say?
So I think if my best friend you ask my best friend, word about me would be I am just caring person. I'm always trying to find the ways to make anyone around me feel better, physically, mentally. I think there's ways that when you know your friends, you actually learn how to do it right with time. So I think that would be more this relatable person, being there for people. And negative, I think that sometimes I just trying to help people, I end up hurting myself, because sometimes people will take advantage of the good deed you are doing, or the situation you're trying to improve or make it better. And I think some people don't take it as a way to help, but they just take it as you're trying to do something opposite, wrong. Yes.
Do you see some work in progress?
Oh, I think everyone is a work in progress. Every person has their own journey living their life. I think it really goes with, like, karma for me is really a thing, but very simple. You do good things go back to you. If you do bad, that's the way too. It's the life circle, and that's really like that. It's really simple. So I'm always trying to stay on a good path and uh, being the most positive optimist from myself first and people around me, and just sticking with that.
Amazing. Good one. Next question. Let's do it. Welly, before the next question, as you were saying at the beginning of the interview about your clients, you open them to be more sex positive, to, to be more open, to enjoy sex in a better way. What is the most frequent questions or frequent reasons that they come after you, in your opinion?
I think there's so many questions that I could just give it to you, but if I can compactualize all the questions, I think people just to really want to find ways to achieve that climax, right? That how they get to the happy end. And some people still have a really hard time trying to figure out how to touch themselves. So, just talking to someone in first conversation, you can really tell them this is your solution. I am not like that. I have my knowledge. I am a little bit of a sexpert, but I like to give solutions, right? So there are solutions that you can just talk about it and provide them, and people give it a try. And I present my friends or people that I meet in those circumstances, and I show them some of my products, and let them try. And in the end, I was like, well, give me a feedback later. Let me know how it feels. And that's what I love doing. So the feedback later on helps me to understand, okay, they like this, so this is where they should go. And that's just become easy. It's like a flow, right? One of the main things that I take in consideration when I do this and I talk to someone is just listen. It's really important to listen what people have to say, because it's not easy. Just talk about it and create a space where people feel comfortable enough with me to go there and talk about it. You have to be able to listen and give the message back, making them feel comfortable, giving them solutions, and then later on you listen to what they have to say. And if it's good, which normally is, we go with it. If it's not like really they wanted to do, we give another solution. And until we figure out, that's how it works.
Amazing. Good one. Next question is, when was the last time that you laughed so hard that you couldn't stop, or made you cry, you couldn't stop laughing?
Oh my God. I'm lucky to have really great friends. My friends, my chosen family here, all my family, my blood family is back in Brazil. I don't really have anyone here that it's close to me, but the boundaries, the people, the bonding that I built here, they're very special. And you know what, William? They make me laugh all the time. And so to point out one moment that I had lately, it's so hard because I'm always surrounding myself with people like that will make me laugh and make me smile and bring that positive, good feeling, right? And I think that's everyone's goal, to have that type of human beings around you that completes you, basically. Not necessarily as a boyfriend, as a partner. I have one that I love so much that I already do it, but the friendships, so having good friends for me is any reason to make me laugh super hard.
As you're saying about your partner, and I could see your smile shining, tell me, what is the biggest difference between both of you, and what's the biggest similarity?
differences are everything. I think that the opposite, like that opposite attracts is such a real thing because, like physically, he's completely different than I am. The only thing we are equals age, the height, the not the weight a little bit close to each other, but he's a great human being, a caring human being. And the easiest way to resume to you how it's the differences but the qualities about ourselves about us is that he has personality traits that I don't have, and I have the ones that he doesn't have. So I think that simple factor just it's such a symbiotic connection that for me it I'm just that emotional part you asked at the beginning exactly goes with when you have that connection, that emotion with the person that you love, it's even bigger than anyone just like a friendship around you. The emotion is like 10 times stronger. So he's like this person that these days I can be completely 100% myself and speak from the heart, and he's there, always ready to listen.
And I can see him smiling now, watch this interview.
I think you do.
Next question, let's do it. Okay, Welly from Chicago, next question for you is, if you're in a circus, yeah, which character would you like to be and why?
I think I would be an acrobat. Like I actually don't know if that's the right name in English. Like the people that
acrobat, yeah.
So I think I would do it. I'm not really a high person. I don't do roller coasters. I don't like anything like that. I'm hanging from the very light, big heights. But I think the serenity and the ways they move when they are performing those acrobats, it's so beautiful. It's so light. It creates this, it's a mix of danger and performance that it's so
unique,
side by side, very unique, right? So I think I would love, even though I don't like heights, I would love to be that type of circus act.
You know what? I love watching them, but when they don't have the net underneath to protect them, I cannot watch it because I get so nervous. Oh my God, I can't concentrate. I get my hands get wet. I get very nervous. I cannot enjoy the performance. But when they have a net, it's fine. But oh my God, when they don't have it, I get so nervous. It's impossible to watch. It's crazy.
Isn't it right? Yeah.
Right. I have 3 questions left for you. Okay, Welly? Let's do it. Right, but before the next one, tell me what do you like the most about living in Chicago? And also, what do you miss the most about Brazil?
So I lived in New York, I lived in Florida, and I lived in Texas, right? So 3 really huge states here. And the 3 times that I lived there, I have never connected with a place like I connected to Chicago. So for me, when people ask me that question, because I came from Maceió, Alagoas, which is a super tropical, warm place by the beach, barely rains any time of the year, to a place like Chicago, where in the winter we have like 5-7 inches of snow, all the way to at the door outside, and people are like, "What are you doing with yourself?" But in the end of the day, it all goes with this emotional connection that I have with people. Every person that I met here in Chicago, the Midwest people in general, they are so welcoming, so warm, so nice. And it really reminds me of the northeast region, the Nordeste region in Brazil. You understand very well how people always talk about, the Brazil is specific. Brazil, generally speaking, it's the hospitable, right, personality. But the Northeast people, they're more heartful. They are open heart. They are giving. Like we tell the stories that people from the small towns invite us to their houses so we can eat with them. They don't even know who you are, right?
Mhm.
So Chicago is that. Chicago has that. And I have, I told you I moved away 3 times and I moved back here. And the last time I said, this is my home. This is where I want to be. And goes with the second answer for you. What I miss about Brazil is the people, is the moments, the people that I built those great moments together. High school friends, my family, my mom, my adult friends that I actually met and I came out, you know, and we have built these great moments in life that when you come back to revisit and you meet them, those memories come back immediately and it's priceless. There is no amount of real or dollar or any currency money that will reward for that. So this Chicago is that place. Besides, I'm a metropolitan person, so I love living in the city. I love taking a train, like having a city life. I like walking places. I don't like stuck in traffic, and that's how Chicago encompasses, like the people, the easy way to live like this metropolitan life, the Sex and City, Carrie Bradshaw, hop on the train, things, the simple things. I really value the simple things. And in Brazil, it's the same thing as my people. São Paulo has this similar feeling that Chicago has, this independent metropolitan person. You can go everywhere, independent. You have all this nightlife options, restaurants. It's very sophisticated overall. So those are the things that they are similar to each other that makes me miss each one by its own way.
Yeah, you said something very important about Brazil. We have this tendency, like, where can eat 2 people, can eat 5. Where can sleep 2 people, can sleep 3. So have this approach about life. That's something you can
put
find.
Water in the beans.
Huh?
Put the water in the beans, right? Like
yeah, yes.
I don't know if a lot of people will understand this, but
yeah,
it's like for me, like it doesn't matter where you come from, you're welcome. We'll feed you, we'll share
yeah,
food, and
absolutely.
that for me it's so.
It's unique. Just you can find this just in Brazil. It's so interesting to see that. Next question for you is: if you could make up a school subject, a new one, what that would be and why?
Like high school or like school?
Like from the beginning, something like from the beginning, something that you think could help people to be maybe more open-minded, something that if you could make up something new.
I think that people should learn like the the new ways, the new social, the new world in general. I think let's say if I could create something, it would be globalization.
Mm-hmm.
So you can understand so many important things like gender identity. That it's from some people. It's such a different topic that they don't understand. There's gender identities, personalities, new types of jobs, new ways to learn, new ways to develop yourself. There are opportunities, and I think that information in general it's still kept from people. So if we go to school having this general knowledge of globalization, we have like this whole school journey to learn that from beginning to the end, and I think that's it. And just like allowing kids to learn about the world, about everything that it's out there, and not hiding it, not like limiting them, making them ignorant because they just never been taught about what's happening, what is changing, and things that will allow them to grow up and being better adults and having a more open-hearted, more open mind, be more relatable to people, even though it's not necessarily who they are, but they understand because the school taught them.
Absolutely. I agree. 2 questions left for you, Welly. Let's do it. Next question for you is: what is your luck number and why you consider that?
My lucky number is 2012. It's a lot. It's part numbers actually.
Tell me
I,
why.
I just came with that because it was the year that I moved here.
Oh, I
And
see.
yeah, and from like that was the best decision of my life. So for me, that was the beginning of my new journey, who my American dream, when I decided to leave everything behind, like many people do, and just start this without fear, just being fearless, working hard, being honest, doing the right things, listening, getting the opportunities given to you and appreciate it, value, and always one important thing, always stay grounded and remember where you come from. Never lose yourself. So that number is the explanation for this part of my journey. And that's why that number is so important for me.
I love it. I love the way you express yourself through that 2012. Amazing. Ready for the last one?
Yes. Oh.
It goes so fast. Steve, enjoy. Last question. But before the last question, as you're saying about Britney Spears, tell me your top 3 favorite songs of Britney Spears.
Don't ask me that question. Well, it's Britney B.
Love it.
I would say, of course, Oops, I Did It Again. I think it's everyone number one pop song from Britney. So I would say Oops, I Did It Again is the number one. I think the second one would be Slumber Party.
Which one?
Slumber Party. It's like the last one of the last music videos that she put it out there, and actually where she met her husband, her current husband. So I think that as a fan, that video has such many good things about it herself in terms of career and how she's a diva. She's amazing. So Slumber Party, and I think the third one would be, I think, well, that probably will not be a song that people would choose normally. But I like sometimes because it's one of the first. It's like when she was super young, and I love all Britney phases. So like she went from sometimes phase to toxic phase, and then she started still growing until she was last on the Slumber Party, and that is specific. Sometimes also brings me back to good memories back in Brazil when I was kind of like figuring things out and learning. So that's probably why I like it so much. It's just Oops It Again, Summer Party, and sometimes.
I love Britney, of course. And I've been in her concert in 2004, Rock in Rio, Lisbon. And it was Toxic. I remember the first Toxic. I remember she's coming this thing like, the first song, Toxic, with the dancers, with umbrellas. I remember I had that like camera. It was a smartphone at the time. I had the camera, and I finished the whole set in the first song. Can you imagine? I was like, everything. I finished the whole thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I still had the opportunity to see her live, even living here, because she had a break for a few years, and hopefully she's coming back soon. But
yeah.
I really wanted that. She had a residency in Vegas for a long time, but back in the day, the circumstances did not allow me to do it. But I am like really, really pumped so she can start doing concerts again and releasing new music like she just did with Elton John, because I'll be the first in line for that. As soon as she did, that's me. Let's do it.
We love Britney, for sure. Right. Last question for you is, what do you like the most about yourself?
I think there's a lot of things. I think I started liking myself a lot more the past few years as I start giving myself credit for things that I probably did not do before. And having the right people around you, making sure that you remind that about yourself. They remember that about yourself, all the great things. So I think it's just my value, it's self-value, and I do understand that, and my value. I think everyone has their own value, but they really don't, pay attention to it. People don't understand where these values are coming from until someone comes and tell you. The
Mhm.
reasons why are valued to someone else, why someone you are important to someone. So I think this part that I think people say a lot self love word because you do have definitely to do it. But this is probably one of my priorities that these days that I do like about myself is just being able to stay humble, know my origins, and remain with this clear thought of who I am, liking this person, accepting this person with the goods and the bads, and just living like that.
Amazing. Very good. Okay, it's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. One word for money.
Money is reward from hard work. Sorry, what's you there?
That's okay. One word for family.
Important.
Love.
One key.
Key, okay. One word for life.
A privilege.
Sex.
My almost every day.
Amazing. Politics.
Hopeless.
Okay. Religion.
Religion is necessary.
Okay. Fear.
Unnecessary.
Good one. Friendship.
Number one.
Number one. Desire.
Who I am.
Regret.
None.
Success.
Hard work.
One word for wish.
Love.
Happiness.
Being who I am.
One word for Maceió.
Casa.
Oh, sweet. One word for Brazil.
Beginning.
One word for Chicago.
Home.
USA. One word.
Dream.
And the last one now, Britney Spears.
It's Britney.
You know what? I had a guest on the show, and he was a big fan of Britney. And I said one word for Britney, and he said exactly the same. I love it.
Oh, come on. I know it was 2 words. I could not just say bitch, but I had to say.
Beautiful. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely partner for a coffee, and I'm going to ask him, what is the most beautiful thing about Welly, and what's something that he still needs to work on to improve on? What your partner would say?
I think he would say he is a. He probably would say that I have a beautiful heart because I heard those words from his mouth. But I think he would say that I need to work on my anxiety to try to get things all at once and just to try to spread out my time and do things like exactly what I told you at the beginning of this call. Like, you have to multitask and do so many things at the same time, but just kind of stay on track.
Very good. Let's play now Welly and the magic box, and you can ask me a question. You can ask me a question now, Welly.
William, my question for you is, I love this opportunity you gave me today to talk, to chat with you. And I think I'm watching all the other videos. You have this awesome, beautiful platform and allow other people like me to show themselves to the world and just their personalities and their mission in general as a human being. And what's your goal on creating such a beautiful space like this and allowing the most random, people out there to be themselves for you?
Wow, beautiful question, Welly. I'll tell you something now. I think this platform, it's about, as you said, it's about people being themselves. It's about people express themselves. It's about people know that um, around the world there are so many people maybe facing the same challenge, maybe facing the same happiness, maybe facing the same dream, maybe face something that's not very good, something that maybe you're not proud of. So I think this platform is about people being themselves, and also realize that you're not alone out there. There's always someone, you know what I mean, in any part of the world, face the same things that you are facing right now. So the biggest goal of the Magic Box, I've got so many other projects that, I would like to do. Instead of doing it through Zoom, I would like to meet my guests in person. I would like to do like a second interview to get to know them better, maybe one-to-one. I want to travel around the world and meet my guests and talk about things that maybe we didn't talk during the interview, or maybe we could talk deeper through the interview as well. Actually, tomorrow I'm reaching 700 interviews on the show so far. My goodness, it's crazy, it's crazy. But anyway, so yes, well, it's about the whole Magic Box. It's about people to, to have fun, to be themselves, and also to connect with other people as well around the world. And the whole goal, it's, I just want to do that in a bigger proportion where I can have much more guests as well on the show. I start doing interviews in Portuguese as well now. So the Magic Box is going, in a bigger dimension. Yeah, and so so that's the whole point. And I'm so grateful that this opportunity came along when I was in 2020, when the world went upside down regarding the COVID crisis, and a lot of people they start creating things, start to, to find things that they never thought one day would flourish. And this idea just came along, and I'll be always grateful for this opportunity to has come like from nowhere. And also, thanks so much. Thanks for being, so kind and sweet. And so it's so good to see someone with these beautiful hearts, not just physically, but beautiful as well inside, full of dreams and going after your dreams. And, every day, try to be a better person. That's what I think life is about. It's for us to be a better person every single day and go after the dreams and show out there that's not impossible. You can do a lot if you focus, if you if you go after it without being a good person as well. And you are in all those boxes. I can feel it, this genuine approach that you have. So it's not a coincidence that you are where you are right now. It's about your personality. It's about your willpower. It's about everything that you always aim to be, and it's happening. So thanks so much for taking the time and being so kind and to be part of the show. Thank you.
Thank you as well, William. It was really a pleasure. I love the opportunity as well. I think you're beautiful. You're building something really beautiful with Magic Box. I think your dreams are gonna come true because you are clearly a entertainer. You are there getting to know people all the time and giving this ability to share their own selves. So keep doing what we're doing. I'm happy to meet you again anytime in the future and have a little more time and we can review things. But for I do thank you as well. I had a really, really good time with you.
We are connected now. You're part of the Magic Box community, so you're part of it. Welly, before you go, if you can share a positive message, something that you live by.
You know what goes with everything we talked today. I think that it's possible to make your dreams come true, but it's not something that you can just say it or think it you really have to put the work to make that happen. There are a lot of difficult times. There are a lot of hard times in this journey, but as long as you stay, on the right path, you stay focused, you work hard. There's a lot of hard work, in trying to growing and building the better version of yourself. That it's possible. Walt Disney is such an inspiration for me because he died, but his dreams are still going, still flowing.
Yeah.
And just in this, clear example of a human being that worked on it, I can tell that if I stay in the same journey, in a similar journey, you can do it. I could do it. You could do it. You just have to put the work, stay focused, be good to people, be good to yourself, and things will just come around in the right time, in the right moment.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Thanks so much, and you keep in touch. Okay? Thank you very much for the interview. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, William. You too. Take care.
Meu querido, tchau, tchau, tá? Tchau, tchau.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.